All right, guys, we are live. It is Friday, the 7th of February, and I got a great show for you. Fucking A. We're just gonna do it. Fuck all that shit. What? Wait. Where's my shit? Why's my shit? Hold on. All right. There we go. Welcome, nerds, geeks, dweebs, schmucks, fucking misogynist, chauvinistic racists of the patriarchy. we are live, and I am Space McG, your favorite cartoon nerd with the news, and we're doing our fucking thing. You know what the fuck we do. We don't give a fuck. Oh, shit. Oh, you're not allowed to swear in the first 30 seconds? Fuck you. Fuck you, I'll swear. That's why, fuck you, YouTube. You're a bunch of fascists. A bunch of fascist tyranny. How about that? Huh? You want to know who the real fucking enemy of the people are? It's the goddamn fucking elite, I'll tell you that. All right, what's going on? Who do we got? Oh, we got Ronnie Braun out there. We got Be Happy. We got Tam. What's going on, Tam? We got you're glad I'm doing a live, B? I'm glad I'm doing a live too. I like doing live streams. They are very fun. And I love President Donald Trump, guys. This man, he just keeps giving and he just keeps winning. And we're going to look at how he just keeps winning and reap all the joy that he keeps giving. Yes. Fight, indeed, be happy. Yes. All right. So let's kind of zoom out here. What's going on? All right. So we are currently waiting for the President, Donald Trump, and the Prime Minister of Japan, Shigeru Ishiba, I think it's how you say it, Shigeru Ishiba. And they're going to be coming out here. And the last time that Donald Trump had a meeting with a leader of another country, we got fucking Gaza. So, as you guys know, I've long been a proponent of making Israel a state, of making Mexico a state, of making parts of Canada a state, of making Japan a state, right? And it seems like, okay, I don't know. Everything went to shit. We're streaming. I don't know what the fuck happened. I'm pissed off. I was on a roll, and then everything went to shit. And now I don't even know what the fuck I was saying. All I know is I'm pissed now. So give me a second to just kind of calm the fuck down for a second. Let me light a cigarette. That's what I should do. I'm just going to have me a nice ciggy. I'm going to calm down for a second. I don't know what happened. I don't know why shit broke. But it pissed me off. But I'm back. So I'm just going to calm down for a second. I'm going to fire me up a ciggy. I'm going to let myself see, no, it's not going right. It's not doing right. There we go. It's like, hold on. I have like a weak connection for some reason. Let's try that. Okay, that's much better. Okay, that's better. There we go. Okay, it's stabilizing. It's not great, but I'm not dropping frames now. Volume? Hold on. Oh shit, I lost my mouse. Fuck. Where'd my mouse go? There it is. Volume. There's some volume for you. What about space? Do I have volume? Oh, I have no volume. There we go. All right. Okay. Something's wrong. Okay, hold on. Everything's fucked. Hold on. I need sounds. Okay. Sorry, guys. I don't know what happened. Let me check my levels. Levels. Oh, there's your problem. Oh, general. Hold on. Microphone. USB PMP. Okay, that's the one. Levels. 68. Okay, that should be pretty good. Well, okay. Now what's it say? Levels. 88. That should be good. All right. What's going on now? Now space is broken. What's wrong with space now? What the fuck? God damn it. Hold on. Sorry, guys. We are live. Sometimes things don't always work out great, okay? Okay, hold on. Let me open up the software. I need Strawberry Stream. Strawberry Stream. Okay, open Strawberry Stream. Okay, open with live server. All right, hold on 1 second. I'll be right back. Space is going to like glitch out for a second. This is going to glitch out for a second. Just bear with me. Refresh. All right, there we go. Okay, things are happening. Just wait. It'll all be good. Hey, there I am. Now, will my microphone please come on? God damn it. Okay. Microphone. Allow. What the fuck? What? Okay. All right. Okay, I'm sorry about that, guys. We're back. All right. I'm a son of a glitch. But we're back. Everything's working now. Okay. So, we are waiting Donald Trump and Prime Minister Ishiba to come out. While we're waiting for them, we have stuff that's going on.
I'm in the briefing room. You should hear cuts on channel 1.
Okay, they're testing the mics. He'll probably be out soon, I hope. Okay, we got Fred Spade here. We got Raymond J. What's up, Raymond J, baby? You are always bearing it. Thank you for bearing with me, Prophet Bear. Okay, so We're waiting for Trump. Now, while we're waiting for Trump, this happened about 2 hours ago.
Existed. The president has repurposed it to this Doge mission, but you do have lawsuits from federal employees, their unions. You've got it now coming bipartisanship.
Confirmed would get herself out of a job. And also you had the former Secretary of Education, Betsy DeVos, writing yesterday in the Free Press. She thinks the Department of Education...
So here's a few hours ago. We have Democratic senators and Congress people storming the Department of Education. They're trying to break into the Department of Education so that they can, I don't know, stop Elon Musk from destroying the Department of... I don't know what they're trying to accomplish, right? But it's something. Let's find out.
Should be eliminated. This is one of those things where they're probably not going to get access to this building, but the Democrats are flummoxed as to how to deal with this, Shannon.
Yeah, Dana, I think you're right. We see them showing up and protesting outside of a number of buildings, or actually, as we saw on Capitol Hill yesterday, I think it was, actually forcing themselves and their way into a meeting that they wanted to be a part of. And I think right now they feel like chaos is the strategy. I think that was the line that was in Playbook maybe this morning, talking about the fact that they know that they're going to be overwhelmed with all of these actions, all the things that they, are trying to get a hold of. They're showing up. We've seen protests. We've seen we're at war. We've seen them say, take this to the streets. It does feel like the Democrats are kind of back on their heels trying to get control of the messaging, much less the substance of all these different things that are happening, Dana.
And I think the one congressman I can make out there is taking the photograph right now. I believe that's Maxwell Frost, and they're talking to a security guard. So let me just turn it back over, to Sandra to ask you another question as we watch these Democrats who, I guess it's performative art in a way, Sandra, to try to make a point.
Absolutely. You notice the camera's up, and you're noting Maxwell Frost, the congressman from Florida, in the picture there. Apparently, this is a security guard. But Shannon, obviously, this is just further signs of what is to come. I spoke with Caroline, the press secretary, yesterday and asked her about the president's intentions with the Department of Education. They're not detailing exactly where they're going with this, but there has been a lot of talk about dismantling it altogether or reworking it, but we just don't know, and that uncertainty leads to a lot of this.
Yeah, so...
It does, and conservatives have been talking about this for a long time, that they feel like states are much better equipped.
So, what's going on here, let's kind of lower the quality here a little bit, because it's starting to make my computer lag. What's going on is... Yesterday, the education secretary lady was confirmed, or maybe it was the day before. It was either yesterday or the day before. Anyway, she is set with the task of dismantling the Department of Education, and Trump's goal, I believe, I think is what he said, is to make it where the states, right, are responsible for the curriculum in each state. So Idaho can teach Idahos what they want to teach in Idaho, and Nebraska can teach what they want to teach in Nebraska, right? And so this will decentralize power, right? Trump, it seems to me, is all about decentralizing power, right? What happened here? What happened to our live feed? Okay, we're back. And so that's what's going on. Is Trump is using his appointees to dismantle and repurpose the departments that they're being put in charge of. Okay, what are you guys saying? It's because they know Musk and his child henchmen have confiscated the Democrat slaves. Yes, that's one way of looking at it. Absolutely. Guys, this U.S. AIDS money, right, that Trump has frozen was literally going to censor people like me. So the U.S. aid money, which was supposed to like do coups and shit around the world was actually being used in America to silence dissent. Like, particularly right-wing YouTubers. Right-wing YouTubers, guys. So, yeah, of course they're pissed off. Of course they're pissed off. They're losing their slush funds, right? Oh, here we go. Okay, nothing's happening yet. All right, let's go back. Okay, so now we're going to watch them as they lose control of the Department of Education, throw their tantrums. They're just going to throw another little hissy fit.
To handle the education system, it's closer to the parents, it's closer to the people that are directly involved, the students as well. So it's one of those agencies that has been targeted by conservatives to say this doesn't need to be this federal behemoth that has all of this money when states and localities and local school districts know much more about what their students need. They are much more accountable to the parents who show up at these meetings, which we've seen the last few years, to demand answers and accountability for their kids. So not surprising that there would be this conversation about taking this away from the federal level and sending it back to local and state. But I think ideally for conservatives, they want it as local as possible. And that means a threat to the federal agency that now exists.
Shannon, let's try to see if we can hear anything going on.
On your own behalf, were you told to come out here and block members of Congress?
They know that we're here.
Okay, so now we can hear the Congress people, the Democratic Congress people outside the Department of Education, bitching and crying and moaning and complaining.
Ask the question again. That's the important.
Were you told, are you making this decision to stand in front of this door on your own behalf, on behalf of the Department of Education, or were you told to come out here and block members of Congress and ride the desk?
I'm doing my job.
So
He's doing his job. So they're literally harassing a security guard. Guys, we have the most powerful people in the country, senators, Congress people, queued up in front of the Department of Education right now, harassing a security guard.
Everybody's what is that? We're doing our job. We're trying to save your
It's show them your ID.
Were you told to stand here, or did you decide to stand here and block members of Congress from entering the Department of Education?
Were you told to stand here, or did you decide to stand here? What difference does it make? Oh, their volume is 100? Oh, my bad. Hold on. Sorry. Here you go.
To federal buildings.
You said security
members of Congress.
We're allowed in there.
So a private security contractor
Do you know who members of Congress are?
members of
We're
Congress.
all members of Congress.
Maybe he doesn't understand. Do you
A private
understand who
security
members of Congress
contractor
are?
is making the decision to block members of Congress from a public access entrance.
So a private security officer or agent is blocking members of Congress from an office. Apparently so. Apparently so.
I don't think he knows.
You have the authority
what
as a
Congress
private
is
security
or what we did.
contractor to block members of Congress. That has been knighted and granted to you.
You have to at least let us
I
go.
look at him, he's like, shut the fuck up.
Oh my, look at that.
Who told you to do this? Open the door.
That's Maxine Waters.
So do you understand who members of Congress are?
Maxine Waters.
And you don't care. Who are we then?
You don't care.
We have a job to do.
We're not dangerous people. We're not. I don't know. We're members of
Yes, you are.
There are no thieves and thugs out here. We're members.
Yaha, you're out there, Maxine.
With
parents.
Hey, what's up, Michael King?
Each of us.
There's our ID. Right there.
We were elected to do this.
This is our
I've
job.
never seen one.
This is our job. We're doing our job.
Oh wow.
You're securing this building against who?
Members of Congress.
Who are you
The people.
protecting in
Against
this?
members of the people's
So
house
this
who
is the
represent the
beginning of
people.
full transparency of this administration.
That's right.
The administration that talked about they're going to open the doors to all of these things and show the American public what is going on. They won't
Transparency.
even open the door to this building to
Go to the
members of
visitor's
Congress.
desk.
We are not posing any threat here. No, we are not dangerous people. We have not done
won't even
anything.
let us
We're
talk to
trying to
Maxine
request a
Squatters.
meeting, and they have a private security contractor.
That's funny.
Who on his own is making decisions on behalf of the Department of Education.
We are members of
Congressman Hayes,
at the
what you're saying is they're not.
entrance.
They allow billionaires and his minions to come in
I don't
to
know
this
who
building.
he is. I don't know who he is, but I know who I am. And I'm a member of Congress with oversight responsibilities trying to request a meeting, and a private security contractor is not allowing me to enter the building.
They allow billionaires to go in this building, but not the people's representatives. They allow billionaires and their cronies to go in, but not. There's a lack of transparency here. The members of Congress, the people's representatives are not allowed in. This is not transparent.
They're locking our kids out. Well, not only are they not letting us in, now they've called the Department of Homeland Security. We are members of Congress here.
That's not Maxine is dead, isn't she? That can't be Maxine Waters. She died. Who is that?
And they're treating
the kids deserve to have us go in and fight for them.
This is appalling.
Children of this country deserve that battle.
This is a public institution. This is not Russia. Let the camera see him. Let the camera see him. This man here.
We are members of Congress.
Come in.
They're blocking us.
See this man here.
Is it Maxine Waters dead?
A federal employee, he told us.
No, he's not.
Are you a federal employee?
No.
Huh?
Yes.
No, he said he's a federal employee. We pay him. We raise money to make sure that we have a
I thought
Department
she
of
died.
Education. Everybody that's hired at the Department of Education
She's
are
not
here
dead.
because we pay for them to be here. He's standing here
No, I just
today,
checked.
blocking the door, and he can't give us a good reason why he's blocking this door.
Who died? Who's the one that just died?
Access entrance.
Well, and I think it should be clear to parents in the United States, if you want to advocate on behalf of your children, you are not allowed to come into this building where you pay taxes. Parents who have children who are disabled, access is being blocked. You voted for members of Congress to advocate on behalf of your children. Children with disabilities, for young women who have been victims of sexual assault in our classrooms, on our school grounds. Members of OCR are fighting for your children. We are not allowed in the building to talk to them. We are not allowed to advocate on behalf of America's children. America, we have a problem.
Yeah, we have a problem. The problem is that you guys are teaching our kids how to be gay and transgender in our schools, right? And we don't want that. And so this is what has to happen. In order for that to stop, then this is what's going to happen.
Everybody stand back.
All right, so this is the Department of Education. You've got members of Congress from the Democratic side of the aisle trying to get in the building. You have a security guard who never wanted to be on television today.
Oh, yeah, it was. Yeah,
basically
okay.
doing his job and denying them access. It is interesting that Fox News is the only one covering this live.
Sheila
and
Jackson
apparently
Lee
this
or
is what
Sheila
the
Lee
Democrats
Jackson
want, right?
or
They want to
something.
be on television. That's Maxine Waters complaining, Sandra, that they can't get in the building. And then you had other members of Congress saying that if you want to get in and fight for your children, you're not allowed. But we had some news this week that would make it sound like that's a little bit too late, guys.
Our nation's report card was shocking. The report card showed 7 out of 10 fourth graders are not proficient readers, Dana.
Yeah, I bet you 7 out of 10 fourth graders can't read, but I bet you all 10 of them know the difference between fucking gay and genderqueer. Right? They might not be able to read, but they know the difference between a drag queen and a transsexual.
A number that has worsened since the last report card in 2022. Worse, the numbers haven't improved in 3 decades. We're seeing the same thing for the middle schoolers at the 8th grade level. Less than a third of American students enter high school with the reading and comprehension skills that they need at that point in their lives. I mean, you talk about not getting access to the building, you're hearing from these folks, to go advocate for the kids. Well, what have they done lately?
Yeah,
right?
all they've done is turn the kids gay and transgender and stupid, right? They fucked up. They don't know how to do math. They don't know how to fucking read, but they know how to, like, tuck their penises in and put on dresses, right? It's just wrong. It's just wrong what these people are doing, right? Now, luckily for us, guys, Trump keeps winning. Trump keeps winning, right? Pam Bondi's Department of Justice seeks Trump's revenge. Here we go. While President Trump flamboyantly signs executive orders banning young trans girls from playing softball and celebrates his insane order to have the Army Corps of Engineers dump millions of gallons of water into a California floodplain, Man Friday, Elon Musk and his cyberpunk gang, listen to this writing. Man Friday, Elon Musk and his cyberpunk gang have taken a sledgehammer to the federal government. Well, good. Well, good. It's about time somebody did. Right? Right? Systematically infiltrating one agency after another. The latest being the Social Security Administration. Musk and his crew are fulfilling the Project 2025 blueprint to smash everything they come in contact with. Well, thank God. Thank God somebody is doing something right. Right? It's only been 2.5 weeks. I know, isn't that great, guys? It's only been 2.5 weeks. And they're already accessed the Treasury Department and are fooling around with the computer systems that pays Americans' bills. They've destroyed the Office of Personnel Management and USAID, and now they are reportedly working on Medicare and Medicaid and Environmental Protection Agency, the Energy Department, National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, the Department of Education. That we just saw earlier with that, what they're doing over there. There are surely more on the menu than that just haven't come to light yet. The boys are working with no supervision other than Musk and a handful of henchmen, allegedly under the authority of the addled president who spends his days screaming at clouds. Really? Really? I just have to stop here, right? Okay, first of all, compared to Joe Biden, Donald Trump is a dynamo of energy, fucking directness, of punctuality, of honesty, of fucking purpose, right? Donald Trump is a fucking electrical storm of action and charisma and purpose, right? The man says he's going to do something, and then he does it. Right? Right? Huh. Guys, we've never seen anything like this. And it's a good thing. It's a good thing. Because this country has fallen too far. We have been pushed too far into absurdity. Absurdity. Like to the point where you can't even say girl or boy. Where you can't even, where, I'll just come right out and say it. Where a dude, right, where a master of cryptography, right, with an IQ of 170, right, can't find a job as an engineer because I'm too white. You understand that? You understand that? Like, I am too white and too smart to be an engineer. Because it's not fair to people that aren't so white and so smart and so male. Right? Like, how does that even make sense? Right? Anyway, yes. That's just like how absurd this country has got. Right? Yeah, I made a big mistake. You can't be based. Well, maybe Elon will change that. Maybe the tech world will start hiring people that are based now. That would be awesome. At 1:30. Yeah, no, you guys are all smart. Yeah, no, I assume that most of you guys have IQs above 125. That's actually really smart. No, that's really smart, guys. Most people have an IQ of about 110. What do you got for me? Like 110 is smart in this world. Like 130 is a genius. Oh, look at this. China was given remote access to all Treasury workstations. Let's see if this is true, guys. Hold on. Hold on. Here we go. China given remote access to Treasury. Okay. It's kind of true, I guess. Here we go. Here's what they're saying, that they were hacked. I don't know that they straight up gave the access to them. Here, the U.S. Treasury claims that they were hacked by China. Trump is late? Yeah, well, he's like 1 minute late. Nope, they won't let me read it. Treasury says hackers access certain unclassified documents. Well, what is this saying now? Okay, yeah. So this is saying the same thing. Let's see here. Good. Go to the gym, Gorf. Making everything digital is a bad idea. Yes and no. Yes. There should be paper backups of everything. Just because digital is not permanent. Right? Digital can easily be destroyed or damaged, where paper is a lot more resilient. But digital is far more convenient, right? Because you don't have to physically transport digital. You can send it over wire. And that's why we like digital, because it's instant, right? But there should always be a paper copy. I agree. Okay, we have more news. Kash Patel's Senate confirmation vote to be FBI director was delayed by the Democrats. Democrats on the Senate Judiciary Committee on Thursday delayed the vote on Kash Patel's nomination to be FBI director for a week. Opposed to his nomination, Democrats want a second hearing to further question Patel. He has repeatedly said he believes the FBI weaponized law enforcement against President Donald Trump. And they did. They absolutely did. Committee's chair, Senator Chuck Grassley, refused to schedule the second hearing Democrats wanted and said Thursday the vote on Patel's nomination will happen next week. Let's see here. In a post-election interview, he told Trump loyalist Steve Bannon that others who support the president will go out to find the conspirators, not just in government, but in the media. Yes, we're going to come after the people in the media who lied about American citizens, who helped Joe Biden rig presidential elections, whether it's criminally or civilly. We are going to figure that out. But yeah, we're putting you all on notice. Oh, that's awesome, guys. That is awesome. Yeah, so as you can see, they're really against Kash Patel, right? Now, Trump keeps winning, guys. Trump keeps winning. NCAA bars trans athletes from competing in women's sports after Trump order. This just broke, just an hour ago. The NCAA has barred transgender athletes from competing in women's college sports in a sweeping new policy that could apply to fewer than 10 athletes across the country. Well, yeah, see. Well, now it's not a big deal because it's only 10 athletes, right? Oh, well, it's only 10 athletes. Yeah, but those are 10 sports where a girl won't win, right? Where a girl is not going to get a scholarship, right? Those are 10 girls that don't get scholarships, that don't get the satisfaction of competing on a team sport, right? You notice how they didn't say that the trans can't compete in men's sports, right? They can all compete in men's sports if they want, right? Men's sports are open. Hey, what's up, girl? It's just the women's sports that they can't compete in, and there's nothing wrong with that. More than 500,000 student athletes play NCAA sports. Of that number, fewer than 10 of them are trans. Huh, yeah, now it's way fewer. Huh, 0. It's 0, guys. Now it's even fewer. So, I don't see what the problem is. Proponents of such bans argue that trans women have biological traits that give them an unfair advantages over normal, regular, natural human women. Despite the lack of research on the subject. Guys, do you know that there's been no research that shows that men and women are different? Do you guys know that there's been no research? Lack of research on the subject. Data does show, however, that trans people face intense discrimination. Guys, there's absolutely no data on whether or not men have an advantage over women, right? But of all the data that we do have, we know that trans women are discriminated against. Oh my God. Oh my God. Make it make sense. It's so stupid. It's so stupid and it doesn't even make sense. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah, well, here we go. Now, 3 of Leah Thomas's swim teammates at University of Penn, or at Penn State, sue the school, saying inclusion of the trans athlete violated their rights. Damn right it did. A day before President Donald Trump signed an executive order banning transgender athletes from women's sports, 3 University of Pennsylvania graduates sued their alma mater over the inclusion of a transgender student in a women's swimming competition. The complaint focuses on the Ivy League Women's Swimming and Diving Championship that took place at the Harvard University in February of 2022, in which Leah Thomas, a transgender woman from Penn, was named Ivy League champion and broke records. The proposed class action lawsuit was filed in U.S. District Court of Massachusetts on behalf of 3 former Penn swimmers, Grace Estrabrook, Margaret Kakzorowski, who competed alongside Thomas in the Ivy League Championship, and Ellen Holmquist, who was qualified for the event at every opportunity while at Penn except 22 when Thomas was on the team. It sounds like they're about ready to start over here, guys. It also says that providing Thomas with access to the women's locker room, the schools and organizations failed to protect the privacy of the swimmers. The lawsuit asks a federal judge to find that organizations violated Title IX, declare that Thomas was ineligible to compete on the women's team, vacate her records, and award damages to the swimmers who competed against her. Yes, like Riley Gaines, who lost like the women's swimmer of the year to Thomas. Right? Advocates for transgender rights noted that Thomas didn't dominate every competition she participated in. Yeah, but she did wind up setting a record and also took the Best Woman Swimmer of the Year award, which is wrong. That should have went to Riley Gaines. Okay, well, I'm out of news, guys. So now we're just waiting for Donald Trump to come out. I don't know what else. I'm out of news. Yeah. So Donald Trump, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what time he's even supposed to come out. What do you got for me, Gorf? No, I didn't hear about a plane disappearing in Alaska. Is this some of your heavy metal? I hope so.
When I was in an Uber in Washington, D.C., the driver asked me if I thought what Donald Trump was doing to shut down USAID. He said, I never even heard of it until Donald Trump brought it to my attention. If I thought that what Donald Trump was doing will be legal. And I said, well, you know he's going to be sued. He already has been. You know, if he coughs up a hairball, he's going to be sued.
No shit, right?
I said, and that really kind of is beside the point. The point is he's bringing attention to this sprawling agency, $40 billion a year, being spent on things that the average American finds absolutely unconscionable. This is in WorldNet Daily headline. Elon Musk stunned at discovery of Chelsea Clinton receiving $84 million in taxpayer funding.
Why?
There's a journalist named Liz Croykin.
Why does Chelsea
By the
Clinton
way,
get
she is
$84 million?
Entertainment journalist based in New York. And when Donald Trump first ran in 2016, and all these things people said about him being a racist and a sexist and mean and nasty and vulgar, she said, I've been covering this man for over 10 years. It is my job to dig up dirt and write about public figures. And believe me, if I had heard that Donald Trump was a racist, Donald Trump was a sexist, I would have written about it, and I would have been rewarded for having done so.
As anybody would.
It wasn't until he announced he was running for president as a Republican that all these stories started coming forth. She said, I would have known if they were true. They're not true. Anyway, she just wrote, quote, USAID gave Chelsea Clinton tens of millions of dollars and partnered with their sex trafficking organization, the Clinton Foundation. She said USAID was funding organizations sex trafficking kids and lining the pockets
what do you know?
Family members.
What, the Clintons were selling kids for sex slavery? Nuh-uh.
Astounding and unprecedented, close quote.
And they did it with government money? Nuh-uh.
And
whoa, I'm shocked to hear that.
The founder of Just the News, John Solomon, on the program many times.
That doesn't sound believable
Headline,
to me.
Before it was shuttered,
that would never
USAID
happen
routed
in
funds to
real life.
Soros-aligned causes, terrorists, and drag queens. Recent days, the Trump administration identified USAID programs ranging from contraceptions for Afghanistan to LGBT diversity programs for European countries. Spending records show something called the East-West Management Institute,
ladies and gentlemen,
which is in part backed by George Soros Open Society Foundation,
and the Prime Minister of Japan.
Yay! Those are two badass motherfuckers right there, boy. Badass.
Thank you very much.
Oh, we gotta give him volume.
Thank you very much. It's a great honor to be with the Prime Minister. We had a picture taken a little while ago, and it was so nice, I thought I'd present it to you on stage. And here's the picture. I wish I was as handsome as him, but I'm not.
Aw. Oh, what a nice guy Mr. Trump is.
Okay, thank you. Oh.
Remember that day. Thank you very much, everybody. Appreciate it. I'm delighted to welcome Japanese Prime Minister Ishiba Shigeru to the White House for the first time. And Prime Minister, it's an honor to have you with us, a great honor. Japan is a great country. Thank you very much.
Oh, that was very polite of Donald Trump. In Japanese, your last name would go first, and that's what Donald Trump just did there. So that's actually very polite of him to do it that way.
Japan is strong and proud. It's a nation that is home to one of the great civilizations in the history of the world. For nearly 80 years, the American Japanese people have
next to us,
enjoyed a friendship like few others. We've had a great friendship across the vast ocean, and we found ourselves united by bonds of history, commerce, culture, mutual admiration, and great respect.
Respect. Damn right.
After our meeting today, I'm confident that the cherished alliances between our two countries and others also will continue to flourish long and into the future. The military cooperation between the United States and Japan is one of our closest security partnerships, and it's one of the closest we have anywhere in the world. Our service members work together every day to defend our common interests. Japan is committed to double its defense spending by 2027 compared to my first term. They've invested a lot of money because of my first term. We worked on that very hard with Shinzo. You know, the great Shinzo Abe. And we look forward to seeing even more so. Shinzo and I worked very, very long and hard, and those numbers are very reflective after my first term. And now they're going up very substantially based on our conversations today. In addition to being vital for our shared security, Japan is one of the top purchasers of U.S. military exports and equipment. And yes. I'm pleased to say that this week my administration approved nearly $1 billion in foreign military sales to Tokyo. The United States is totally committed to the security of Japan. We will extend the full strength of American deterrence capabilities in defense of our friend and ally, 100%. In the years to come, the Prime Minister and I will be working closely together to maintain peace and security, and I also say peace through strength, and all over the Indo-Pacific. And to that end, we Also remain committed to the effort I began in my first term to ensure safety and stability on the Korean Peninsula. Prime Minister Ishiba and I spoke long and hard about a vital economic relationship between our two countries and the continuance of that relationship. The United States and Japan trade over $300 billion in goods and services each year. Japan has invested nearly $800 billion, and that's going to go up very, very substantially in the coming months, more than any other country. And they're going to have some competition. We have a lot of people coming in and investing in the United States. I think the feeling throughout the world has never been stronger about this country. As a result of our victory in 2024, the presidential election, the Japanese investment and technology giant SoftBank announced plans to invest between $100 and $200 billion.
I tried using it before.
Companies
and they
investing
so I don't trust them.
That number higher than that number, some a little bit less, but we have trillions of dollars of investment going into our country now that you didn't have just a short while ago. Today, our teams discussed how our two nations can do even more to stay on the cutting edge of artificial intelligence, along with the quantum computing, semiconductors, and other critical technologies. And they're coming out. The problem with technology, that kind, it's obsolete in about 2 days, so we have to start all over again. Doesn't last long. We agreed to cooperate even more closely to combat the Chinese economic aggression, which is quite aggressive. I'm also pleased to announce that Japan will soon begin importing historic new shipments of clean American liquefied natural gas in record numbers. It'll be record numbers. With our Secretary of the Interior.
LNG is crazy. It's cryo-stored. I don't know if that's the greatest way to do it, but whatever.
We were talking, I think Doug is here. Hello, Doug. Please stand up, Doug. Doug Burgum, everybody. We're talking about the pipeline in Alaska, which is the closest point of major oil and gas to Japan by far, less than half the distance of any other location. We're talking about a joint venture of some type between Japan and us, having to do with Alaska oil and gas, and that's very exciting. They're very excited about it, so are we. As we deepen our economic relationship, I made clear that the United States will be conducting trade with all countries based on the principle of fairness and reciprocity. Chronic trade deficits.
It's because of volume. Yeah, that makes sense.
Our economy.
That makes
sense. They really do, and we're going to get rid of the trade. We have a trade deficit with Japan of over $100 billion, but we're going to work.
And it's safer than compressed natural gas too, right? But the problem is that it takes a lot of energy to keep it cold. Is why I think it's stupid.
That out, and I think very quickly, frankly, we can do it just on oil and gas. We can work it out. So we intend to do it very quickly. We both understand that. And as America welcomes new foreign investment, we also want to ensure that companies build their products and factories here in America, not simply buy the assets that we have. And Japan is going to be opening up auto plants. New auto plants are being built currently as we speak. They've just been started. Toyota is one, and Nissan's going to be doing something very exciting about U.S. Steel. They'll be looking at an investment rather than a purchase. We didn't like the idea. U.S. Steel is a very important company to us. It was the greatest company in the world for 15 years, many years ago, 80 years ago.
Did you guys hear that?
And
did you hear that? He said that instead of selling U.S. Steel, maybe we can get the Japanese to invest in it, right? That would be awesome.
We didn't want to see that leave.
Keep it all here and American-owned and everything.
It wouldn't actually leave, but the concept, psychologically not good. So they've agreed to invest heavily in U.S. Steel as opposed to own it.
Oh, they agreed to it.
And that sounds very exciting, and we're going to
keep winning, Mr. President. Fuck yeah, give him a round of applause, guys. He just did it. He just saved U.S. Steel. Now the Japanese are going to invest instead of buy it.
Meet with Nissan next week. The head of Nissan, very great company, and they'll work out the details. I'll help. I'll be there to mediate and arbitrate. And I had the privilege of working closely with the great Prime Minister as you know, and you know him very well, Shinzo Abe, the longest-serving prime minister in Japan's history. Likewise, I expect that this prime minister is going to be a great one. I really believe that he's going to be a great one. I've gotten to know him for not long, but I can see what they have. He's got the qualities of greatness. He's going to do a fantastic job for Japan and for the Japanese people. And I'd like now to invite the Prime Minister to say a few words, and then we'll take some questions. Mr. Prime Minister, thank you. Thank you very much.
Mr. President Trump, I would like to sincerely thank you for inviting me to the White House today, immediately following your inauguration. I also thank you for your very warm hospitality. I have come to Washington, D.C. with the hope of having a face-to-face meeting and deepening our mutual understanding.
Oh, I'm sorry,
Early
Michael
days
King.
with President Trump, who is now leading the United States, the most important country for Japan's diplomacy and security, and aligning our perspectives and visions that Japan and the United States should pursue. What should we do to advance the national interests of both of our countries in synergy and to realize peace and prosperity in the Indo-Pacific? I am convinced that the answer lies in further strengthening the strong and unwavering Japan-U.S. alliance to achieve a free and open Indo-Pacific. President and I concurred to strengthen the deterrence and response capabilities of the alliance and to work closely in addressing strategic challenges that both countries are facing in this region. I conveyed to the President that Japan, as an ally of the United States, is ready to share responsibilities and to play its own role. I also reiterated Japan's unwavering commitment to fundamentally reinforcing its defense capabilities, and we confirmed the unwavering commitment by the United States to the defense of Japan. We reaffirmed that Article 5 of the Japan-U.S. Treaty of Mutual Cooperation and Security applies to the Senkaku Islands, with half of the world's population and approximately 60% of the world's GDP. The Indo-Pacific serves as the engine of growth and vitality for Japan, the United States, and the world. President and I also concur
I'm sorry,
that the United States and Japan
Michael, I'll
will
work on
make
something.
further
Maybe I'll set up
efforts in a
PayPal.
wide range of areas, working hand in hand together to realize a free and open Indo-Pacific. In this context, we also concurred to further advance cooperation of the multi-layered networks of the like-minded countries, including the Quad and trilateral cooperation with the Republic of Korea and the Philippines. We also discussed Japan-United States cooperation to bring about growth and prosperity. Economic cooperation, including on economic security, is important from the perspective of strengthening alliance cooperation. Japan is the closest economic partner of the United States and has been the world's largest investor in the United States for 5 consecutive years. Also, with the inauguration of President Trump, the momentum for Japanese companies to invest in the United States is growing even stronger. Today, I conveyed my willingness to cooperate together to elevate Japan's investment in the United States to an unprecedented amount of $1 trillion. President Trump and myself also concurred to elevate the Japan-U.S. partnership to an even higher level through improving business environment and increasing bilateral investment and employment, strengthening each other's industries, leading the world in developing advanced technologies such as AI and leading-edge semiconductors, and strongly promoting efforts to harness the energy of the growing market in the Indo-Pacific region.
相互に利益のある
We
形
also
で日
confirm
本への
that
LNG
we
輸
will
出増加も
cooperate
含
to
め
strengthen
両国
energy
間でエネルギ
security
ー安
between
全
the
保
two
障の
countries,
強化に向けて
including
協力してい
increasing
くことも
exports of
確
the
認
United
をいた
States
しました。
liquefied natural gas to
為
Japan
替
in
に
a
つきまして
mutually
は、
beneficial
第一
manner.
トランプ政権
Regarding
時と同
foreign
様に
exchange,
専門家
as
で
in
あ
the
る
Yeah,
1st
Japan
Trump
has
no,
administration,
like real
those
energy of their
discussions
own,
will
guys.
continue between Japanese and the U.S. finance
That
ministers
actually-
who are experts in
Actually, that's why Japan started attacking us in World War II, is because we stopped selling them gasoline. We like cut off their, like we were giving them gasoline so that they could invade China, and we stopped. And that's why they fucking turned against us.
field.
インド太平洋地域が
We
直
also
面する
held
課題に
candid
ついても
discussions
率
on
直に議論を
challenges
行
the
い、
Indo-Pacific region is
私から
facing.
自由で開
We
かれたインド
confirmed
太
that
平
we are
洋を
resolved
守り
not
抜
to
くた
allow
めには
unilateral attempts to
力に
change
よ
the
る
status
力
quo
や
by
威圧
force
によ
or
る一
coercion
方的な
and
現
to
状を
oppose
変
such
更
attempts
さ
in
な
the
い
East and South China
東シナ
Seas
海
in
南
order
シ
to
ナ海
fully
における
defend
そ
a
のよう
free
ない
and
かなる
open
試みも
Indo-Pacific.
反対するという決意を確認をしたところでございます。同時に
We
台湾
also
海峡の平和
reiterated
と安
the
定の重
importance
要
of
性も
peace
改め
and
て確
stability
認をいた
across
し
the
ました。
Taiwan Strait.
北朝鮮につきましては
Regarding North
日米
Korea,
そして世界
we
にとっての
affirmed the need to
深刻
address
な
its
脅威となってお
nuclear
り
and
ま
missile
す。
program,
核・ミサイ
which
ル開
poses a
発への
serious
対処の
threat
必要性、
to Japan,
そして北
the
朝鮮
U.S.
の
and
完全な
beyond,
非核化に
and
向
that
け、
Japan and the
日
U.S.
米
will
が
work
連
together
携して
toward
取
the
り組ん
complete
でいくことを確認をい
denuclearization
たしま
of
した。
North Korea.
拉致被害者とその
As
ご
the
家族が
abductees
ご
and
高
their
齢となる
families
中、
continue to age,
私の強い
I
切迫感
conveyed
と
my
決
strong
意を
sense
大
of
統領に
urgency
直
and
接お伝えし、
determination
拉
directly
致
to
問題
President
の
Trump
即時解決
and
に向
gained
け
his
た
renewed
大
strong
統領の
support
力
for the
強い
immediate
支持を
resolution
改めてい
of
た
the
だいたと
abductions
ころ
issue.
であります。トランプ大統領とは初めて対面でお会いをしたのでありますが、胸襟を開き、率直に意見を交わすことができましたこと、そして内容も充実した非常に有意義な会談になったと、このように思っておるところでございます。日米関係にとっての新たな船出となりました本日の会談の成果として、私たちは日米首脳共同声明を発出いたします。これは今後の日米協力のいわば羅針盤となる文書であります。この成果をもとに、私は敬愛してやまないトランプ大統領と共に、日米関係の新たな黄金時代を築いてまいりたいと考えております。次回はぜひ大統領閣下を日本でお迎えできますことを心待ちにいたしております。
I'm very excited about that prospect. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you. Any questions, please? Peter?
President Trump, I have two on Doge. Elon Musk said today, I love Donald Trump as much as a straight man can love another man. What does the First Lady think about that?
Oh, I think she'll be okay with it somehow.
So, Democratic lawmakers...
Peter's first now, motherfucker.
Engineers have access to these treasury payment systems. The Senate Intel Bank wrote a letter to Susie Wiles. They're saying that these systems are used to disperse trillions of dollars each year and contain everyday Americans' personal information like social security numbers, home addresses, bank accounts. Why does Doge need all of that?
Well, it doesn't, but they get it very easily. I mean, we don't have very good security in our country, and they get it very easily. And what we're doing, if you look at what has just taken place with respect to some of the investments that have been made on another agency that people have been talking about for years, but nobody did anything about it, it's absolutely obscene, dangerous, bad, very costly. I mean, virtually every investment made is a con job. There's nothing of value to anybody unless there's a kickback scheme going on, which is possible. And we're going to be doing more and more of that. We're going to be looking at Department of Education. We're going to be looking at even our military. We're going to be looking at tremendous amounts of money, Peter, being spent on things that bear no relationship to anything and have no value. We're talking about trillions of dollars. It will be, in the end, trillions of dollars being absolutely wasted and perhaps illegally. I would say certainly in many cases illegally, but perhaps illegally overall. And I'm very proud of the job that this group of young people, generally young people, but very smart people, they're doing. They're doing it at my insistence. It would be a lot easier not to do it, but we have to take some of these things apart to find the corruption, and we found tremendous corruption.
You mentioned the Department of Education. What do you think when you saw Democratic lawmakers trying to get into the Department of Education earlier today?
Oh, I see the same ones. I see Maxine Waters, a lowlife. I see, all these people. They don't love our country. They don't love our country. We want great education. So they rank 40 countries in education. We're ranked dead last. But the good news is we're number one in one category. You know what that is? Cost per pupil. We spend more per pupil than any other country in the world. You look at Norway, Denmark, Sweden, various countries all up and down, Finland, China does very well in education. And then you look at us. We spend much more money than they do per pupil or any other way. But we spend much more money than they do, and yet we're ranked this year.
I know, it's fucking hilarious.
Biden's last year. Congratulations, Joe. We're ranked dead last.
They're talking
so what
about
I want to see is
that
education. Number one, I like choice. We all like choice. But beyond choice, long beyond choice, I want to see it go back to the states where great states that do so well have no debt. They're operated brilliantly. They'll be as good as Norway or Denmark or Sweden or any of the other highly ranked countries. They'll be, you probably have 35 to 38 states will be right at the top. And the rest will come along. They'll have to come along competitively. And by the way, we'll be spending a lot less money. And we'll have great education.
That's a good idea. And then we'll see who has the better education model. Red states or blue states, right? Right? And we'll see. Is it Americans are stupid, or is it that fucking Democrats have ruined the education system? I think that this will be a great way to find out, won't it?
As part of this DOGE cost-cutting effort, one of the DOGE engineers was fired for some inappropriate posts. The vice president says, bring him back. What do you say?
Well, I don't know about the particular thing, but if the vice president said that, did you say that? I'm with the vice president. Thank you, Peter.
Oh, wow, Trump trusts his people. That's good.
Yes, red dress.
So listen to that. If my guy said it, then I stand by his decision.
Japan's military to be? And do you specifically hope that their increased military spending will deter China and North Korea? What did you talk about that today?
Well, I want our military to be the strongest. I also don't mind spending so much money on the military because we build it here. It's made in the USA, all made in the USA. We have, I rebuilt our military during my first term. Did a great job. We left some of it behind in Afghanistan, stupidly. There was no reason for that.
Stupidly.
It was still as much.
Bro, Trump has to dunk on Biden every chance he gets. Every chance. He's never going to miss. Never going to miss.
Some of it behind in Afghanistan, stupidly. There was no reason for that, but it was still as much as it was. It was billions and billions of dollars, but it was a small part of it. But we're going to have the strongest military by far. We have great people. I want to congratulate Pete Hegseth for having gone through the gauntlet. He went through a lot, but he got through, and he's going to be a tremendous, I have no doubt he's going to be a tremendous leader. And other of the leaders sitting here, they're in their own fields. We're going to do something very, very, very great, and we expect great things. But I expect the strongest military by far in the world.
We're going to have like an amazing, 250th anniversary. What is that? I don't know. A quad millennial? I don't know. A quadra millennial? Something like that.
Far stronger than China, far stronger than anybody, and that's the way it is. Thank you very much. Would you like to ask a question, please? Go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you.
This is Hiramoto from Nippon Television. My question let me ask
the Japanese word for Japan, by the way.
First, this is the first meeting between Mr. President and Prime Minister Ishiba. So what kind of impression do you have on him? And number two, do you have an idea or do you have a plan to impose tariff against Japan so far? Thank you.
I think that he is going to be a great prime minister. I think he's a very strong man, very, very strong. I have great respect for him. I've known him for a long time through a reputation.
Quarter centennial.
Shinzo Abe thought the world of
Quarter
him.
centennial.
And, I think he's going to do a fantastic job as prime minister. A very strong person. I wish he wasn't so strong. I wish he was a little bit weaker than that, but that's what I got. I have to get strong guys all the time. He's going to be a great prime minister.
A 2.5 centennial.
In terms
a quarter
of tariffs,
millennial.
I mean, we're going
That's probably what
have
it is.
tariffs,
a
mostly
quarter
reciprocal
millennial.
tariffs, where we go with, and I'm going to be probably meeting on that Monday or Tuesday, have an announcement, probably a news conference, but probably reciprocal tariffs where a country pays so much or charges us so much, and we do the same. So very reciprocal. Because I think that's the only fair way to do it. That way,
quadrillennial. That's
hurt.
probably what it is.
They charge us,
Sounds
we
about
charge
right.
them. It's the same thing, and I seem to be going in that line as opposed to a flat fee tariff. Okay.
No, it's not a quarter of a century. It's a quarter of a
Yes, go, please.
millennium.
Please go ahead. Why don't you go ahead?
読売新聞の太田です。よろしくお願いいたします。石破首相にお伺いいたします。初めての首脳会談になりましたが、トランプ大統領の印象はいかがでしたでしょうか。信頼関係を構築することができたとお考えでしょうか。また北東アジアでは対中国、対北朝鮮など様々な課題があります。冒頭でもご発言がありましたが、トランプ大統領の日米同盟強化に向けて何を特に強く訴えてどのような理解がありますでしょうか。また経済分野では日本製鉄の
worse than the Biden administration only where the audio is
トランプ大
concerned.
統領の間ではどのようなやり取りがありましたでしょうか。総理から説明された日本による1兆ドルの対米投資についてトランプ大統領の反応はいかがでしたでしょうか。また関税や防衛費増額についてのやり取りも教えてください。
What about your communication on tariff front?
トランプ大統領とは初めてお目にかか
This
り
is
ま
the
した。
first time that I met with President Trump in
お
person.
話をするのは初めてでしたが、
So, this
今ま
was the
で
first
何年も
time
何年も
meeting
ほとんど
face
毎
to
日テレビ
face.
で
But
見ておりました
for
の
many,
で、
many years, I have
テレビで見
watched
る
him
人をこうや
on
って間近に
television.
見る
Yeah, well, they need new
So
people.
it was quite I was so excited to see such a celebrity on television, to see in person. On television, he is frightening, and he has a very strong personality. But when I met with him, actually,
Oh
he
my
was
God!
very sincere.
The prime minister said that Trump is frightening. He has a very large personality, but he believes he is sincere. And I think that is probably one of the best descriptions of Trump ever. He drips personality. He's larger than life. He's very intimidating, but he's genuine. That's why I like him. He's real. When I say he's real, I mean he's really the person that he pretends to be. And that's a rare thing.
And very powerful. And with strong will for the United States as for the whole world. I was able to feel that. This is not the sort of polishing or trying to suck up to him. For the world peace and for the regional stability that both
The
of us
semi-quincentennial. A semi-quincentennial. There we go, that's it.
As for the
There we go, that's
increase
it.
of our defense expenditures, it is not that we are told by the United States to do so. Japan, on our own decision,
That means
and
half of
on
five.
our own
That's absolutely
responsibility,
correct.
we need to increase our defense expenditures. But of course, we need to communicate and consult with the United States. But the responsibility is with Japan, and the decision is with Japan. Now, on the tariffs, that If it is mutually beneficial, tariffs need to be set. And as for Japan, as Mr. President has introduced to us, an unprecedented investment will be made from Japan to the United States, and so many jobs will be created. So $1 trillion is the target.
$1 trillion investment from Japan, guys. $1 trillion.
Well. Investment is mutually beneficial. So be it with U.S. Steel, as Mr. President says, it is not acquisition, it is investment.
Yeah, exactly, Michael. I agree.
Technology.
But it's genuine, right? That's the crazy part, is that he's genuinely that big. He is genuinely sucks all the oxygen out of the room.
Will be provided, and better quality products will be manufactured in the United States, and the U.S. Steel will make products which will contribute not only to the United States and Japan, but also to the whole world. It is not one-sided. It will be reciprocal. It will be mutually beneficial. And I believe we were able to share on this, and that is the biggest result that I have seen today.
Thank you very much. Go ahead, please. Yeah.
Steel deal. So you're saying that is this a restructuring of the deal that's happening, and then will you approve?
They're doing it as an investment, no longer a purchase.
Okay.
I didn't want it purchased, but investment I love, and they're going to do a big investment, subject to getting the deal done.
And that's
they'll be
something
doing
you
a
would
big.
approve. Where the US,
I'm okay with that, sure.
And for the Prime Minister, what was your argument to the President related to U.S. Steel? And one more on tariffs, Mr. President, if I could. You said on tariffs that you'd like them to be reciprocal, back and forth. What was the reception from the Japanese Prime Minister when you said that, or when you talked
Well,
about
we
it?
didn't discuss tariffs too much. We really discussed many other things, including the pipeline in Alaska, which I think is going to be maybe the most exciting thing with Doug, Chris. We discussed that at length, the pipeline. I mean, it seemed to be of great interest to them. It's we have potentially more oil and gas than in Saudi Arabia, just in Alaska. We have the most of any country in the world. It's a big asset for the United States, but we haven't used it. We go to Venezuela, we go to other places to take oil and gas, and we have more than anybody. It's an amazing phenomenon that took place over the last 4 years. Nobody understands it, including the people that were in charge of it. They had no clue what they were doing. So it was a big problem. They were surprised, actually, too. They were saying, why didn't they wouldn't sell them LNG. They wouldn't sell it. Japan wanted to buy LNG, and Biden wouldn't sell it. And I'm trying to figure that one out. Maybe it was the environment. You might answer that question. He's curious about that himself, I think. Thank you very much. If you want to answer that, you may, about LNG, that the United States wouldn't sell you LNG.
That was a really unfortunate thing, but the current administration, the previous administration was not allowing the LNG to be exported to us. I believe that President Trump, on the day of his inauguration, allowed us to resume this importing. I think this is something that is really wonderful for us. And as the country of Japan, we are interested in importing not just LNG, but also bioethanol, ammonia, and other resources at a stable price, a reasonable price from the United States. And we also want to improve the trade deficit that the U.S. has towards Japan. So if we are able to buy those at a stable and reasonable price, I think it would be a wonderful situation. And for that, I am very appreciative to President Trump, and we also look forward to LNG and hope that it's a success.
I want to just say that on the ethanol, Iowa is going to be very happy. All of the Nebraska, all of our farm states are going to be very happy. They want ethanol, and we'll be able to provide it. So our farmers, who I like and they like me, I think they're going to be very, very happy. We've opened the sale of LNG immediately. Actually, we did it a few days ago. And China, right now, not only China, everybody wants to buy it. We have more than anybody, and they're all buying it. But Japan in particular, we're very happy that they're going to start immediately. And we can supply it to the world, but we're supplying it to Japan, and they can always be right up in the front of the line. Yeah, go ahead, please. Go ahead.
Mr. Prime Minister, I have a question for you as well, but Mr. President, I'll start with you. Well, quickly to follow up on what Peter was asking, have you directed Elon Musk to review Pentagon spending, given it's the biggest discretionary spending in the federal
Pentagon,
budget?
Education,
he's going to be mean to her.
Just about everything. We're going to go through everything, just as it was so bad with what we just went through with this horrible situation we just went through, and I guess 97% of the people have been dismissed. It was very, very unfortunate. You're not going to find anything like that, but you're going to find a lot, and I've instructed him to go check out education, to check out the Pentagon, which is the military, and, sadly, you'll find some things that are pretty bad, but I don't think proportionally you're going to see anything like we just saw.
FBI has turned over a list to the Justice Department of the FBI agents who worked on the January 6 rioters cases. Are you planning to fire the FBI agents who worked on those investigations?
No, but I'll fire some of them because some of them were corrupt. I have no doubt about that. I got to know a lot about that business, that world. I got to know a lot about that world, and we had some corrupt agents, and those people are gone, or they will be gone, and it'll be done quickly and very surgically. Did you have a question for the Prime Minister? Talk up.
Are those the ones who worked on the January 6th?
I don't know. I know we have some that are very corrupt, and we don't like it. We're going to bring back the reputation of the FBI. Kash Patel is going to do a great job. And we're going to bring back the reputation of the FBI, which has been hurt very badly. It's been devastated over the last 4 years.
We saw he was blocked, but they're just going to push him through anyway.
You have just been meeting for the first time with President Trump. The
Chinese
last administration famously did not have hardly any, if at all, contact with North Korea. President Trump certainly did the last time he was in office. Would you like to see him resume that contact and also that in-person meeting that he had with the North Korean leader Kim Jong-un?
What did I do?
That is something that the United States needs to determine on its own, and it's not something that we should request. Having said that, but for example, in Vietnam or Singapore, the President of the United States, President Trump was able to meet with Kim Jong-un. I think that's a very positive development. So now that President Trump is in power again, if we are able to move towards resolving the issue with the North Korea, I think it would be great. And of course, for us, that includes not only denuclearization, but also resolving the abductee issue. And so not only the victims of the abductees, but also their families too are aging, and so our time is limited. So if the President of the United States, if President Trump is able to resolve this issue, we do understand that it's a Japan issue first and foremost. Having said that, we would love to continue to cooperate with them.
It's actually a good question, and we will have relations with North Korea and with Kim Jong-un. I got along with him very well, as you know. I think I stopped the war. I think if I wouldn't have won that particular election, you would have ended up in a very bad situation. But I did, and we had a good relationship, and I think it's a very big asset for everybody that I do get along with him. I get along with him, he gets along with me, and that's a good thing, not a bad thing. And I can tell you that Japan likes the idea because their relationship is not very good with him. And if I can have a relationship with not only him but other people throughout the world where there seem to be difficulties, I think it's a tremendous asset for the world, not just the United States. Go ahead.
Prime Minister
See,
as well.
look, Trump is always
President,
offering the olive branch with one
なん
hand.
ですけれども、民主
Staff
党
reductions,
の
the cuts
方
that Elon
が
Musk and Doge are doing are an
イーロン・マ
unlawful
スク
power
が
grab. Is there anything you've told
非合
Elon
法
Musk
的
he
なやり
cannot
方
touch?
でカ
Bro,
ッ
this
トをしているという
Japanese
こと
is
ですが、
driving
イ
me
ーロン・マス
crazy.
クがタッチできないところはあります
I'll
か
tell him to go
それ
here,
はま
go
だ
there. He
話
does
し
it.
合
He's got a
って
very
いませんけ
capable
れども、い
group
ろんな
of
とこ
people.
ろで
Very, very,
いい
very,
人た
very
ちを集め
capable.
て
They know what
能力を
they're
発揮して
doing.
くだ
They'll
さっ
ask
ています。
questions and
I
they'll see
can't even follow
immediately if
along
somebody
anymore.
gets tongue-tied that
They need to get rid of
they're
that
either
Japanese
crooked or don't
lady.
know what they're doing. We have very
何を
smart
やって
people
るかわ
going
から
in,
ない
so
人たちということで
I've
はなく、
instructed
非常
him
に
go into
賢い人たち
education,
Are they
go into
using
military,
Cubase
one of the things that's
on
been
an
going on.
Atari
And they're
ST?
finding massive amounts of fraud,
It sounds
abuse,
like
waste,
it.
all of these things. So,
また
but
無
I
駄をな
will
くして
pick
くれる
out
というふうに思って
a
います。
target.
They're using DOS tracker on a ZX Spectrum. they're using MIDI tracker on a ZX Spectrum, bruh.
I say go in. There could be areas that we won't, but I think everything's fertile. You know, we're a government. We have to be open. And as an open government, I don't know, I guess you could say maybe some high intelligence or something. And I'll do that myself if I have to. But generally speaking, I'll just say, no, but he will be looking at education pretty quickly, and he will be looking at military too.
Both the federal spending is Social Security, Medicare, programs like that. Would you like to see him look at those programs as well?
Well, they don't really have to be looked at by him. They can be looked at by us. Social Security will not be touched. It'll only be strengthened. We have illegal immigrants on Social Security. And
Yeah, what the
we're
fuck's
gonna
up with
find out
that?
who they are and take them out. We have.
What the fuck is up with that?
illegal
Why we got motherfucking Honduran fucking refugees collecting Social Security that's supposed to be going to old people, yo? That don't even make sense. That is wrong. That shouldn't be happening.
In other Medicare, we found a lot of bad people, a lot of people that shouldn't be on, that were put on through California. A lot of them come out of California. We're not going to stand for that. So we're going to strengthen our Social Security, etc. We're not going to touch it other than to make it stronger. But we have people that shouldn't be on, and those people we have to weed out. Most of them, or many of them so far, have been illegal immigrants. They shouldn't even be in the country. Do you have a question for the Prime Minister?
Mr. Prime Minister, the president's affinity for tariffs is well known. If the U.S. places tariffs on Japanese imports, would Japan
日
retaliate?
本の輸入品に関税をかけたらば、日本は報復しますか？
家庭のご質問にはお答えをいたしかねますというのが日本の大
unable
体
to
定番の
respond
国
to a
会答弁でござい
theoretical
ます。
question. That's the official
Yeah,
answer that
exactly.
we have.
America's not going to have any tariffs on Japan. Why would we do that? The Japanese aren't fucking with us like the fucking Chinese and the Canadians and the Mexicans are. Japan is like, they want all of our shit. They don't have enough food. They don't have enough gas. They don't have enough steel. They don't have enough fucking raw materials.
That's a very good answer. Very good answer. Wow. That's very good. He knows what he's doing. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you.
Nuh-uh. Okay, so Michael King says in the UK, we have so much money given to illegals while our elderly have their winter money taken away and freezing to death. So do they get more? So in the UK, do you guys get more money in the winter for Social Security because it's colder there? Is that something like normally you get more money in the winter or something? Elite Dangerous? I have Elite Dangerous. Hey, Michael King, I have Elite Dangerous. I have Elite Dangerous on my computer. Okay, let's see here. Who else do we got? Be happy. That's so sad, Michael. Yeah, that is very sad. The U.S. has 12,000% tariff on Japanese electronics. What? What? I'm going to need a link for that. Yeah, I don't have enough time to play video games anymore. I play turn-based role-playing games, and I like battle in between doing things. I did not know that. Is this a mod meetup or something? Every day's a mod meetup on the Geekcraft channel. Oh, everybody's a mod. If you're not a mod, speak up and I'll give you a wrench. It's because you're hiding in the shadows. Everyone's a mod on this channel. You can be my Scotty engineer. That'd be awesome. Oh, man. All right, guys. Well, that looks like that's it. There's the big guy walking off stage.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Mr. President. What else is going on? It wouldn't shock me at all as if he has another live stream right now. Okay, yeah. Nope. Nope. Well, I'm wrong. I thought he might be signing some executive orders, but I guess not. Anyone that loves old school Elite should check out Elite. Is it vector graphics, Fred? Is it vector graphics like Elite, or is it filled polygons? Yeah, I heard about Star Citizen. I didn't get it though because it's like, it's like its own. Like, you don't buy it on Steam, so I didn't want to go into all that whole thing. Yeah, I don't have time for playing video games, guys. I'm sorry. Not for a while, I won't. All right. And speaking of never having enough time, I never have enough time. I've got so much I'm trying to do. I just want to get this coding, like, fucking washed away. I'm really sick of doing it. It's really hard right now. I'm not inventing new things. I'm making everything work right. So that sucks. I am trying, Michael. I will try. But if anybody wants to donate through Venmo or whatever, there's how you can do that. And yeah. Let's see. I'm thinking about coming back on Sunday. Probably later at night on Sunday, like 9 or 10 p.m. So I will come back on Sunday, and we're just going to do, like, all the Trump derangement that we can find. Just did a $500 million sub deal. Gonna need that steel. Hell yeah, we will. Hell yeah, we will. All right, guys. So I will be back Sunday night at probably 9 o'clock, or between 9 and 10. And we're gonna stream. We're just gonna laugh at all the Trump deranged morons that are flooding the internet with all of their bullshit. It'll be glorious. I promise. All right, guys. I will see you then. Peace out.